How's it going, guys? And welcome back to the channel. And today we are back at it with another Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League video. But before we crack on, I just want to say thanks for all the support on the recent videos. They've done a lot better than what I expected, especially with how this game has been received. But from now on, I'm not going to be going over all that negative stuff. I'm just going to concentrate on the great community that's being built around this game now and covering news, updates, doing tutorials, and a bit further down the line, which are coming real soon, some good build videos as well. But today we are going to be chatting about known issues and fixes that they're implementing, because there have been a few updates today over on their Discord. So we're going to jump straight in now. So Kane, who is a community manager, has put in the known issues section below our list of known issues and their current status. This is not a comprehensive list of all known issues, as it is primarily focuses on those with the most notable player impact. In addition to this, we have also recently released some zero downtime server updates with the following changes: server improvements to resolve some server stability issues, server improvements that aim to resolve some potential login issues. I know for me, being in the UK, I think the Europe servers had some major issues today. I couldn't log in for like half an hour and then I had to go out, so I haven't actually jumped on that much today. So underneath that, it says issues with workarounds. So Steam players received the error not in Argos database when trying to invite other Steam friends. The workaround is set matchmaking to open to friends and use the Steam overlay to invite players to a session. Grenade gear slot becomes or remains locked after finishing Don't Blow It in Chapter 2. The workaround is head over to Penguin and craft a grenade while in control of the affected squad member and then equip them. Then we have Firearm 2 slot becomes locked. The workaround for that is head over to Penguin and craft a weapon while in control of the affected squad member and then equip them. The Pre-Order Deluxe Twitch drops Loot the Coin are missing or have not been added to an account. We recently implemented some fixes that should reduce the number of players with this issue. However, if you are still missing your items, we advise you to contact customer support. Then losing game progress. The workaround is, in some cases we have observed that this has been caused after players have unlinked their Warner Bros. Games account and relinked it to another. Game progress is linked to your Warner Bros. Games account, so switching it will cause this. Progress can be reclaimed by logging into the original WB Games account. Alternatively, if you continue to use the same WB Games account, this issue should no longer happen. We will continue to monitor instances of this happening. Then we have issues under investigation. Loading into a game session sends you back to the login screen. We are continuing to fix affected players as we find them. If you are experiencing this issue, please report it here. Infinite loading or crashing during signing in to WB services. Singing. Fucking idiot. Note, we have managed to resolve these issues for a portion of players, but we are continuing to investigate further possible causes. Errors retrieving EULA, legendary notorious gear losing their augments when overhauling the weapon with Penguin, Deadshot not animating correctly and or appearing in the rival taunts of other squad members. I don't think I've encountered that, and I've been using Deadshot a lot, by the way, guys, because I fucking love him. Then resolved issues awaiting release. Players blocked from increasing their Finite, Crisis rank or unlocking Mastery levels after playing with a friend that has already progressed beyond Mastery level 30. Note, this can be avoided by playing through the introduction to endgame and completing the Mayhem mission before playing with friends at higher Mastery levels. Twitch drops not being granted to players. Ivy is sometimes missing, invisible in cinematics. Players sometimes being unable to pay to play incursion missions when playing with friends. Shield harvesting contracts not being tracked. Voice chat not working when matchmaking in open to public. Game crashing during shader optimization. Various achievements not unlocking on certain platforms. I noticed a lot with the unable to pay to play incursion missions when playing with friends. That was a major bugbear of ours yesterday, so I'm glad they've actually got that resolved and we're just waiting the release of that. So over on the developer section on their Discord, Axel, who is the game director, said, "Hello people of Metropolis. In the midst of exploring the Elseworlds and dodging Brainiac Skull ship's tentacle lasers, we wanted to give you all some more context and details around some of the content in our upcoming patch. After launch, we noticed that some of our more dedicated players started reaching mastery levels beyond our wildest expectations. When we looked into this, we noticed that there seemed to be something amiss with the burn status effect. This effect was supposed to scale in a certain way across the mastery levels, so it can remain as a viable way to deal consistent damage. When we looked deeper into the issue based on the loadouts used, we found that there was a major unintended bug that made burn not scale correctly. As mastery levels increased, Burn's damage also increased, which basically meant that if you used a burn build, every mastery level had the same difficulty. This left us with a somewhat of a conundrum. Our most dedicated players had now reached a mastery level far beyond what the game was balanced for at launch due to this bug, and weren't getting the challenge or variety we wanted our endgame to provide. We had to ask ourselves, what can we do to fix this? And more importantly, should we fix it at all? Our endgame philosophy around mastery is pretty straightforward and rests on the 3 core pillars of our game: traversal, combat and build construction, and the mastery of these 3 pillars. We want you all to be rewarded when you master your character's traversal, master the combat mechanics, and master the exploration and construction of different builds in the game. That's why we call it mastery. We want you to surprise us with powerful builds you find and construct. We want you to continuously find a new meta and then break it by finding a better one. While there is no doubt that the burn build is a really powerful and fun build, it should be, we didn't intend for it to be the only viable endgame build for launch and beyond. So what are we doing? We are fixing the bug with the scaling, or lack of scaling, on the burn effect. Burn should still remain viable in higher mastery levels and will correctly scale with damage taking effects on enemies as originally intended, but burn will no longer scale infinitely. What about the leaderboards? Since the change will be pretty fundamental to the leaderboards and your continued progression on them, we are committed to creating a new leaderboard for you all so you can continue to explore the different builds in the game. All the entries on the current leaderboard will exist in perpetuity and will be a permanent record of all your achievements. We want to applaud you all for both your dedication on getting this high in the mastery levels and also breaking the game. Kudos! This new leaderboard for Finite Crisis will become the active one for all players, and in the leaderboard menu you will be able to swap back to watch your previous entries glorified for all to see. What about mastery levels and enemy health? One of the other fixes we are doing is a direct result of feedback we've received from you all. We've seen some comments suggesting that enemy health at later mastery levels was too high, which makes the climb too steep past mastery level 50. We hear your concerns loud and clear and we agree. Mastery levels 50 and beyond is increasing enemy health too much, too quickly. For that reason, we're adjusting our approach to mastery level balancing. Enemy health will now increase in a much less aggressive way, with the intent that more builds will crop up as viable options. This brings us to the next piece of adjustments, the Heatwave's Molten Skin and the Turtle's Shell. These 2 items will now reduce damage taken by 90% rather than give straight up immunity. At the moment, these items were too easy to trigger and it is simply a bit too easy to keep the buff up, especially at higher mastery levels, and we wanted skilled players to need to use their mastery of their character's traversal and the mastery of combat mechanics and mastery of build construction to survive. In short, enemies will have less health on the higher mastery levels and players will have to work harder to avoid incoming damage. What about all my progress? In case some of you are thinking about this, we want to be extra clear. Your unlocked mastery levels, your Finite Crisis rank, all your gear you have acquired for your squad levels will not be reset. What's next? Moving forward, we're committed to giving you all a weekly dev update, be it big or small, to give you a better and deeper insight into what we're up to, what we got cooking. In the coming weeks, we'll give you a look into what's coming up with Season 1 and what longer term changes we're thinking about to improve the game for us all. Lastly, on behalf of the entire Rocksteady crew, I want to say a huge heartfelt thank you for all of our players, for all the feedback, the passion you show. We're stoked to be on this journey with you all and we're looking forward to sharing more details with you all soon around what we're bringing to the game with the launch of our first season. Much love, and let's give Brainiac a bashing. The guy really deserves it. So I just want to say that last bit there really made me happy. I'm glad they're now going to start doing a weekly update because that's what they kind of need to do in a live service. I'm also looking forward to know what long-term changes are coming to the game, because at the end of the day, I do feel they're committed. It doesn't matter about the discourse around the game at the minute. I really do think the guys at Rocksteady are committed to making this game excellent. I do feel we're going to go beyond a year. That's just my personal opinion. But guys, that is the end of the video. Hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button as well. Stay tuned for more Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League content. And as always, take care, and I'll see you on the next video.